Could James Gunn traumatize fans with another animal crisis scene in Superman after the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Peacemaker? Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Now, the director is heading the next Superman film, and fans cannot wait for more information on it. However, there is a layer of concern about the project that does not relate to its quality. Although Gunn is known for making hilarious films, he has also gained a reputation for sneaking up on his viewers and leaving them emotionally wrecked. With this in mind, there is one direction that the director could take that would actually destroy fans of the Man of Steel story. James Gunn is a mastermind when it comes to filmmaking. Although he has a lot more on his plate as the co-CEO of DC Studios, there is no denying that he could change lives with a story. Fans have seen it time and time again, inside and outside of the DCU, with the Guardians of the Galaxy being the perfect example of the same. There is absolutely no denying that the humor in James Gunn's projects is unmatched. Be it a television series, a standalone film, or a movie series, the director is able to maintain a consistent level of comedy that constantly leaves his viewers crying out of laughter. However, in recent years, fans have found that tears of joy aren't the only ones he brings out of his viewers. This was first seen in John Cena's series, with Eagly getting hurt and scaring audiences about his well-being. It wasn't only the fact that fans were scared that he would die, but also the connection that Smith had with him, as well as the fear that he felt at the thought of losing him that broke hearts. His past two projects, the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Peacemaker, have had somewhat of a pattern when it comes to their storylines. Both projects ended up leaving viewers crying because of an animal companion's pain. There is absolutely no denying that the humor in James Gunn's projects is unmatched. Be it a television series, a standalone film, or a movie series, the director is able to maintain a consistent level of comedy that constantly leaves his viewers crying out of laughter. However, in recent years, fans have found that tears of joy aren't the only ones he brings out of his viewers. It was announced by James Gunn himself that Krypto the Superdog would be making his entry into Superman Legacy. This, on its own, is a very significant moment for the character. Although he has not been seen in live action very frequently, the dog is a very important part of Clark Kent's story, being his furry friend in crisis. However, it was the storyline with Rocket the raccoon that left even the most stoic viewers weeping. Watching the backstory of one of the funniest characters in the film series and seeing the pain that he experienced was enough to change their perspective towards the character forever. Then, when it almost died, the audience was left holding their breaths until Rocket was okay. While most of them could be very upbeat and almost seem childish to some, Gunn could also repeat his history with animals in his movies. There could be a possibility that at some point in Krypto's story, audiences will have to witness him go through something extremely painful and potentially bounce back from it. Although it has been announced that he will be in the film, not much is known about the role he will play. With this in mind and the number of comic storylines that he has been a part of, there are many directions that the film can take. However, the story of how they met could not be more iconic. Keeping his present position in mind, knowing that the star met his now-wife through a connection in the DCU makes their relationship all the more perfect. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. James Gunn is so much more than just the co-CEO of DC Studios. On top of being one of the most beloved and respected directors out there, he is also known for his bright personality. While not much is known about his personal life aside from the influence that DC has had on him, fans know that he has been married to Jennifer Holland since 2022. Gunn and Jennifer Holland have been involved with each other since 2015. After dating for 7 years, they got married in September 2022 and have stayed strong since then. However, many may not know about the circumstances under which they met. DC bleeds into every aspect of James Gunn's life since he was made the co-CEO of the studio in October of 2022. He has been carefully crafting the scene for the future of the franchise and seems to be doing an excellent job at that. However, it seems like fate to know that DC played a big role in Gunn's personal life, 7 years before he joined hands with the franchise. Best known for playing the role of Lex Luthor on Smallville, the actress revealed that the actor was dating one of her friends when Gunn ended up spotting her in a picture. Since Rosenbaum and the director have been good friends for quite some time, he set them up. During an interview with a Hollywood Reporter, Holland revealed exactly this, and their connection seems like fate. The actress revealed that they met through a mutual friend, who happened to be none other than Michael Rosenbaum. This raised some red flags in Holland's mind, who seemed to have some pre-existing biases against producers that didn't work in Gunn's favor. However, she was still curious enough to look him up, which worked excellently well for him. He seemed so incredibly charming in interviews. I just told him my whole life story. We spent like 7 hours together and that's it. That's how it started. While first contact with Jennifer Holland was made for James Gunn, it would seem that her friend's introduction of her ended up losing him some points. The actress revealed that when her friend was telling her about him, she described him as a producer-director. She described James as a producer-director. I guess the fact that she put producer first or something, it just kind of gave me weird vibes. Since Gunn had already released the Guardians of the Galaxy by that time, he had some credibility, and Holland was able to find some very good interviews of him that showcased the kind of person he was. Afterward, they ended up going on a date and found the love of their lives. This raised some red flags in Holland's mind, who seemed to have some pre-existing biases against producers that didn't work in Gunn's favor. However, she was still curious enough to look him up, which worked excellently well for him. He seemed so incredibly charming in interviews. I just told him my whole life story. We spent like 7 hours together and that's it. That's how it started. Mantis is portrayed way better in the game Guardians of the Galaxy than James Gunn's film, and people are all praises for it. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. The film highly undermines this character and fails to give her the depth and design necessary to help the audience resonate with her. However, the game, on the other hand, does a great job of building her from the ground up and doing justice to her skills and other attributes. There is one thing that the MCU film Guardians of the Galaxy fails to finesse that the game manages to capture with precision. The characterization of the popular comic book character Mantis is an integral part of the MCU universe and is featured in the Guardians of the Galaxy adventures along with other characters. In the game, she plays an active role in the storyline and adds depth to the narrative as opposed to her lack of impactful contributions in the movies. James Gunn might be one of the finest directors, but he failed to create a better version of Mantis. The game Guardians of the Galaxy came out in 2021 and surprised everyone with its great narrative structure. The game allows players to interact with Mantis directly and engage in conversations, which helps build a deeper connection with the character. The game failed to get the recognition it deserved at the time. However, it slowly found its niche audience and is currently slowly getting the attention it truly deserves. The game does a great job of exploring her emotional struggles and dilemmas, making her a character full of conflicts and internal struggles, which helps in showing her as a fully realized character as opposed to the one-dimensional mess she was in the movies. She fails to get fully explored in the films, and Gunn only focuses on making her appear socially awkward for comedic relief. She is not one of Gunn's best characters. Mantis' humor is treated with respect in the game, where she comes across as witty, which complements her mysticism and unpredictability. She appears more